Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word, your daily dose of English vocabulary. I'm Alex, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we explore another fascinating word. Today's word is container. Container is a B1 level noun, and it means an object used for holding or transporting things. Think of a box, a bottle, or even a bag. Anything that can hold something else can be called a container. It's a pretty common word, and you probably use it more often than you think. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the meaning of container. Essentially, it refers to something that can contain or hold something else. It provides a space or enclosure for keeping items, whether they are solid, liquid, or even gas. For example, you might use a plastic container to store leftovers in the refrigerator or a shipping container to transport goods across the ocean. A garbage container holds your waste. The key is that it's designed to hold something. So, how do we use container in everyday language? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You can say, I need a container to put these cookies in, or the container is too small for all the books. Another common usage is to describe something as a container for information, meaning it holds data or knowledge. For instance, this website is a great container for information about English grammar. Now, let's explore some synonyms for container. One synonym is receptacle. You might say, the receptacle was filled with water, instead of the container was filled with water. Another synonym is vessel. For example, the oil tanker is a large vessel, implying it's a large container for oil. Then we have holder. This is a pencil holder. In other words, this is a pencil container. And finally, case can sometimes be a synonym, especially when referring to something that protects or encloses something else. For instance, the camera is in a protective case, which is a hard container, which means the camera is in a protective container. Now, let's look at some antonyms for container. It's a little trickier because the opposite of something that holds something is generally something that releases or doesn't hold. However, we can think of things like contents, which refers to what is inside the container. Instead of the container that is holding the apples, we can talk about the contents of the container, which are the apples. Also, emptiness or void can be thought of as antonyms. The box was an emptiness, means there was nothing in the container. Another antonym could be surface, which is the outside or exterior of something, rather than the thing holding it. A more figurative antonym could be release. Instead of keeping something in a container, you release it from the container. Now, let's delve into how container is used in everyday life. You might hear someone say, please put your toys back in the container. Or, the shipping container arrived at the port this morning. You might even hear someone say, he is a container of knowledge, meaning he has a lot of knowledge. Here are some more example sentences. She brought a container of soup to the party. The recycling container is overflowing. The plant is thriving in its new container. Be sure to label the container before putting it in the freezer. They needed a larger container to hold all the donations. Some phrases that use container include bulk container, meaning a large container used for shipping or storing large quantities of goods. Another one is pressure container, a container designed to hold substances at a certain pressure. Also, container ship, it is a specific kind of ship designed to carry shipping containers. And finally, waste container, another word for garbage can or bin, a container for waste. In summary, the word container, a B1 level noun, refers to an object for holding or transporting things. We've explored its meaning, examined synonyms like receptacle, vessel, holder, and case, and looked at antonyms like contents, emptiness, surface, and release. We've also looked at how container is used in everyday life. So, next time you reach for a box or a bottle, remember the word container. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word today. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others find the show. Now, I have a challenge for you. Create your own sentence using the word container and share it as a comment under this video. I can't wait to see what you come up with. See you next time on Hello Word.